Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm Josh.
And I'm KP. Welcome to the Nightly from Hatch, a slumber party for pop culture lovers.
KP, how are you? It's so nice to see you.
It's really so nice to see you. I'm doing lovely. I'm recovered from a small cold, which I think everybody passed all around, but I'm recovered.
That's an incredible feeling.
So if you're not recovered, there's hope and there's light, and I'm living proof.
You're like an inspiration, I think, to people with a little cold.
I know. I'm trying to get my face and voice out there just so people have that, real symbol.
Using your platform for advocacy is so important.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing, is just spreading the good word that life is good over here. What are you up to?
Oh my gosh. You know what I did this last few days that I'm really proud of myself for is sometimes I feel like if I have an hour, I'll be like, an hour? Who gets something done in an hour? And I'll either goof around or do a 1 minute chore and be like, well, hour accomplished.
Of course.
But I've been using that pocket of time or those pockets of time really nicely this week where it's oh, I have this thing, I can't sit down and get to work yet on this thing, really dig in, but I can start making notes and doing some informative reading. And I've really been pretty on top of that, which makes me feel like kind of a different person than usual.
Yeah, I had a similar thing where something shifted and I reframed my thinking on declutter and clean also, which was I think sometimes I get in the zone where I'm okay, I'm going to focus on dishes today.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'll see something and I'll be like, okay, well, I'll put that away when it's time to do the putting away part. But this week I went, just do whatever it is when you see it.
Yeah.
Just move the thing into the closet right when you see it, even if it's not closet day.
Yeah. And I'm a little bit of a slob, but it's not just that I'm a slob. It's that truly there could be a felled tree branch in my living room through no fault of my own. And I would step over it every time until someone was like, does that just stay there? And I'd be like, oh, right, I should do something about that.
I forgot there was a time before it.
Yeah, I just thought part of getting up from the couch was stepping over the giant log covered in moss and snails.
Yes. Yeah, I can clutter myself quick. I think you and I have spoken. We have some nostalgia things that tug at us at times.
Yeah.
And it's hard because with nostalgia comes clutter.
I'm really taking that wisdom in with nostalgia comes clutter.
Yes.
That is people, more people should say that and they should credit you.
Wow, I'm really an icon today with the colds getting rid of and now a quote.
Okay, earlier I was teasing a little bit, but this time I'm really serious. I think that's such a good thing to remember.
I do feel that. Well, some people, they have good enough memories that with nostalgia perhaps doesn't come clutter because they remember things really well. But I'm ephemeral. I need to see those items to remind me.
Yep.
So I think for me, at least, for sure, with nostalgia comes clutter.
Yeah, totally agreed. I'm the same type of person. I'm not nostalgist.
I was thinking the other day too, I'm really getting us on tangents here, but
no, that's okay. We got time.
Memories that have a photo attached are obviously, I think, so much more likely to enter a longer term part of the brain.
Yeah.
Where it's oh yeah, I remember my 4th birthday party where I went to Chuck E. Cheese because you have seen the pictures of the 4th birthday party where you went to Chuck E. Cheese, And
maybe you fill in some of the memory around that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're oh, that green shirt reminds me of this, reminds me of this, whatever. But I was thinking how hard it must have been for people pre-photos.
Yeah.
Medieval-y times, because it is oh yeah, you would just kind of, sometimes your brother or mother would, go away or pass away. And then you'd be yeah, I actually just don't remember what they look like because where would I have put a picture of them?
You'd have to hire an artisan to paint you by the fireside.
And you hope it's not a caricature artist. You hope.
That would be so offensive if you were please paint my family portrait. My mother has consumption. Yes. And then you get
she's got a big nose.
Big nose. A huge gap between her teeth. And you're she's self-conscious. And she doesn't have that much longer to live. Why'd you do that now?
Even with consumption, she wants to look gorgeous, please.
Yeah.
Or you get one of the medieval portrait artists that paints cats all weird. And you're like, do you mind just painting my cat like an actual cat?
Paint
and
it regular.
not like with human nose.
Can I pay you extra to paint it regular?
Hey, are we looking at the same animal right now?
What does portrait mean to you? Because to me, it means paint the thing that's there.
Look like it. Because I'm looking at a cat on hind legs with a sword in its little human hands. That doesn't seem right to me.
And my cat does that so rarely that it's not worth painting.
It's not part of his personality, please.
Yeah, it was an outlier the one time he did that.
So this is what I was thinking, where I'm grateful for my clutter sometimes, because I go, oh, what a blessing it is to be able to have items to look back upon.
KP, that is such a great transition into what I wanted to talk to you about.
Please.
Because sometimes on this show, right, to feel a little better about some maybe like little hiccups we've been experiencing, we air our grievances, as
of
it were,
course,
kind of Festivus style. And usually we'll talk about some small annoyances, we let off some steam, and we feel better afterwards. But this week, I thought it would be really fun to air some gratitudes, like to really think about the nice things amidst, like, you know, it's been maybe a stressful time for some people, winter's dragging on. Mm-hmm. So like, let's think about some things that we're grateful for and talk about those instead of just scratching the itch of complaint.
I love that. I'm feeling in a really grateful mood, so you've caught me on a good day.
Outstanding. Other than your clutter, is there something you've been feeling grateful for lately?
Well, my gratitude actually is almost the opposite. So I like all ends of the spectrum, but I was feeling really grateful for, you know, that beautiful feeling of being unpacked after a trip?
Yeah.
Because it's such sometimes a little bit of an uphill moment to get yourself unpacked after a fun time away. I recently kind of unpacked in a really normal amount of time. I got everything put away, and I got the suitcase put in the back of the closet, and that feeling of knowing where everything is and being able to get it all out of the suitcase and out of my vision, that feels really nice. I'm feeling really gratituded for that.
That's a really nice feeling.
Yeah.
My wife Maris is so good at unpacking. We get home from a trip, she greets the dog, she immediately starts putting things away. I'm like, I don't care if it's a red eye and we got home at 8 a.m. I'll be like, that's a job for tomorrow.
And then tomorrow's lucky. I go, that's a job for Thursday. I don't know. We'll see.
And then by that point, the suitcase is just a big mossy log that I'm stepping over.
Yes. I have found out my technique is, you know, it's in a giant suitcase, and then I'll unpack about half the suitcase, and then I'll go, ugh, I just want this suitcase off of the couch or off of the bed or off of the floor. I'll move that big pile of things in the suitcase into a smaller box that I have somewhere. Then now that box, I go, I'm sick of this box. I'll move it into sort of a shoebox size. So I've found that smalling my container of mess has been kind of nice for me.
I have never heard of this technique.
I don't think it's good or it works, but you know, it's what I'm doing. That's why you haven't heard of it.
Okay, because it's ineffective.
Yeah, it's not, you know, you should just sort of, if you're sick of the suitcase being on there, get it done. But I go, well, what about a smaller box?
Okay, when you're talking about unpacking, I kind of don't feel fully done, and maybe this is a new can of worms, but I don't feel fully unpacked until I've done like the load of post-trip laundry.
Yes, which I just did. I totally agree, and that's why I'm feeling really actually unpacked. So this is true.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good feeling.
It's really good. So that's my real gratitude. I had one little bonus if we have the time.
Please give me the bonus grat.
The bonus is feeling really gratitudinal for living near just animal life. It just feels nice to still at this age of building things out in the world that I get to see little animals in my day to day. I don't know that maybe, and living in a city, it's rare to see these animals. So when I do get to see them, like today there was a lizard outside my door.
That's cool.
I think that's cool. I think we grow accustomed to it. You know what's funny? I feel like America is so large, and everyone sort of has these things that they can see out their window that they're like, oh, that's just normal. Like in Florida, they're like, yeah, and there's just iguanas everywhere. And you're like, oh, that's their pigeons.
I am always like floored when I'm in Florida
Yeah.
and there's just like salamanders and iguanas all over the place, like, up in the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like pointing them out to people and they're like, yeah, it's real. They're like, yeah, and the tree also has leaves, idiot.
Or like back home in Northeast, I think probably you and Mass, sometimes they'll just be sort of a gaggle of turkeys sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Walking around in that time of year. And you're like, yeah, they're just giant birds. But it is funny that it's like what would be so rare to somebody else is like, yeah, just ignore them. To the people that live local.
Talking about turkeys again. Another visitor talking turkeys.
Yes. So I'm grateful over here. I saw a lizard. There's a lovely honeybee colony that just moved in. Mm-hmm. I'll have to eventually call somebody to get them moved, relocated. But for now, I'm enjoying the time.
All right.
And then here's my maybe not as gratitude one. I'm on a thoroughfare for raccoons. My bedroom window is on the highway, seemingly, of raccoons.
Oh, Raccoon Highway, yeah.
I am on I-90 for these raccoons right outside my door.
My favorite Beatles song, Raccoon Highway.
There's something occurring where it's at 12:47 a.m. It is time for every raccoon to go back home from their job through my door.
So you're right on the raccoon commute.
I know. They're busy feeding their families, but it is that I do have to solve where I go. Yesterday I caught him in the act. The biggest raccoon I ever did see. Whoa. Up to my knees, I would say. He's huge. I saw a full bear. I'm like, this is great.
This raccoon is taller than I am.
Honest to God, I know it was pug-sized and beyond. I think it was huge. Oh. And he's coming down my fence like he owns the place, like he pays the rent.
Are they loud?
I mean, it is just it's a rustling that you'd prefer not to have in the middle of the night. It's one of those rustle-free times that usually you hope for.
I don't like a surprising night rustle.
No, daytime rustles, I go, we're all rustling. Yeah. I'm rustling.
Yeah, right. Every day I'm rustling.
Every day I'm rustling. So, I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out. I might just blast the beautiful orange noise on my hatch a little louder.
Oh, yeah.
Which I love.
Is orange your favorite noise?
Orange is my favorite noise. It's close to airplane cabin hum, which I'm always chasing.
Ooh, I kind of like that too.
I love an airplane cabin hum.
It's probably the best sensory part of being in an airplane.
Agree. But if it were just that, you'd be, chuffed. But it's usually there with the airplane cabin comes a lot of other human noises.
Your knees are all squished too.
Yeah.
A lot of not ideal sensory inputs.
No, but you take what you can get. Well, speaking of taking what we can get and being grateful, do you have some gratitudes for me?
I do have a couple gratitudes.
Okay.
Number one, I've been seeing a lot of friends lately. I've been like traveling a lot and it's like exhausting. And I feel sometimes like I'm a little unplugged from my friends at home. You know, like my neighborhood friends, etc. It sounds like I play a lot of stickball, but just the people I see on the regular when I'm home. But it's been really nice to go around the country and like try to make time and have a coffee with a friend or just like take a walk with someone while I'm in town for work. And it's been so nice. I'm like kind of embarrassed, not like embarrassingly, but maybe notably, I'm like a big birthday celebrator of my own birthday.
Oh, nice. I love that. I try and do the same. I love it.
Yeah. And 2 years ago, we had like a nice dinner out with just a small group. And then last year I threw a big party. And then this year, because that last year was like a big number birthday for me, and this year slightly bigger number but less round number.
Yes.
So this year small number. I turned 4 this year.
Something weird is happening.
It's not even a Benjamin Button. Like every year kind of is its own thing.
It's not Benjamin Button. I'm just bad at math. The numbers are getting small.
The numbers are getting smaller. You know what it is? I put my calendar upside down.
There it is. Okay, guys, we're back up.
But when I was out of town for my birthday and just did an out of town birthday party, which I don't think I've ever done before.
Yeah, I did that last year. I did an out of town, and it was nice to have a little smaller celebration too.
Yeah, really fun. So it's been really cool. You know, sometimes friends have kids, they don't travel maybe as much as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I met a college friend's baby in December, which is so cool. We like just hung out,
Nice.
the three of us.
Did you guys
And
have good vibes together?
we did. I really vibed with this baby.
Good.
Yeah. I'm like writing this into a script now, but another bad quality that I have is I always want every baby to like me the best.
Of course. Of course. Well, I'm sure it's usually you can get them. Some babies though, they're just like, I'm serious this year. I'm not joking around. I'm brand new.
My friend's toddler, who I haven't seen her probably 6 months, but my friend's toddler truly has no time for my nonsense.
Yeah. Some are serious.
She's very serious, and especially towards me. Like maybe there are other people that she's a little more playful with. They'll blow bubbles. They'll run around at the park or whatever. But when I see her, I'm like, hey, how's it going? And she's like, I know
your tricks.
Yeah.
I know what you're all about. You want me to like you, and now I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you desperate slob.
Yeah. Oh God, the last thing I'd ever do is give you the satisfaction.
It is coming off you in waves. How badly you need this.
You reek.
Yeah, just it's seismic. Your insecurity.
It is tough. I like when they're also so serious and they're like 3 months old because you go,
oh, that's
come
so
on,
funny.
please.
That's my favorite.
Come on. All I have to do is make like a wide-eyed face at you, and you would hope that we're smiling, we're laughing, and they're like, that's not at all. The judgmentalness can be really awesome.
I love you do a peekaboo to a baby like that, and they look back at you like, yeah, it was your hands. Your hands were in front of your face.
They're like,
you think I don't know about
really
hands?
Cringe.
I've known about hands for like 3 weeks.
They're like, oof.
Did you think that you were gone?
Yeah, bombing in front of a brand newborn is tough.
It's so funny.
It's good for the ego death, though. You
yeah, it helps you. It helps you be resilient.
Yes. Well, that is lovely. I love when it's friend time to lock in on friendships.
It's been really nice because I think like the toughest part about being on the road, I think, is like being away from Maris and and the dog Maggie. But the other part is like, depending on where you are, sometimes you don't know what to do during the day, or you're just like alone all day, and it's just so much fun to be in a place where I can go like, oh, hey, I finished the stuff I'm doing this morning. Do you want to like go hang out at this park or like go to this museum that I've never been to? And it's so much nicer to have a friend sometimes to do that.
Yes. And it gets easier and easier as the weather warms up too, which I do love. It gets really easy and tempting at 2 p.m. to just be like, we're all good for the day. Does anyone want to go get a sip?
Yep,
we're all set.
Totally.
Yeah. So that's nice. I'm eager for that time.
It feels like it's coming here.
I think so too. I am feeling the same. It's less even about the weather, and it's more about the communal human vibe. Sometimes it's just we get ready for it, even if the weather's not. It's March.
Well, I'm glad that we talked about this. I'm in like a really good gratitude mood.
Me too.
But I've started to get pretty sleepy. And I'm thinking about turning in, but before I do, we got a listener message that I wanted to read. Is that okay with you?
Please. Love it.
This was a response to a conversation that you and I had about what to do with your winter clothes when you go to a restaurant. Where do you put your big jacket?
Did we come up with, was the hack just like try and carry around a hook with you? I think that was kind of our
this one. Yeah, totally. But I'm like excited to hear what this listener had to say, because we really didn't have a great solution.
No, this was just kind of tale as old as time. It just sucks.
Yep. Okay, here's what our listener said. KP and Josh missed an obvious hack that they both should remember from childhood. Shoving your hats and gloves and scarves into your coat's sleeves. A timeless and perfect solution.
They're absolutely right.
As a former preschool teacher, this is a familiar hack. And I do think it is good to flag, and I can't believe we didn't bring that up on our own.
It's true. You know, the obvious con of this hack is very often the gloves fall out. And that's why you see gloves littering the streets in the winter. There's always just every 10 feet, there's a black glove, a wool glove that's just sitting on the ground.
Dead leaf, dead leaf, dead leaf, black glove.
But it is absolutely... You're exactly right. Is that takes care of a lot of the bulk of it.
But I will say, for me, one of the big things is not just where do the hats, gloves, scarves go?
Yeah.
The coat itself is my big problem.
I 100% agree.
So thank you for, I think we're working at the margins with this.
Yes, we're zeroing in on something. I was remembering what I used to do, which is, and I think maybe I even brought it up last time we spoke of this, but it is buy an ugly coat that you don't like, and then you can leave it right on the floor.
This is a great idea.
See, this is what I usually did in all of college, is like, house parties. It's so annoying to go to a house party and have to carry something around. You don't know where anything goes. So I just would be like, well, if this coat gets stepped on or stolen, I do not care.
Yeah.
This is an ugly coat anyway. And so you bring that and you just shove it in the corner on the floor.
I think that's a great move.
Yep.
These are the hacks of people who don't unpack for days.
Yes. Welcome to Type B podcast. You're talking with Josh and KP. Don't be like us.
Don't be like us is the hack. If you have other hacks or other ways that you can differ from our slovenly lifestyles, please write in at thenightly@hatch.co. We would love to hear from you always.
We're just giving you the joyful worst case scenarios of our lives. But I think with that, hopefully there's people at least. If they can't relate, I hope they're asleep, because I'm going to bed too. I will talk to you next time. Good night, Josh.
Good night, KP.